answers? I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth.
Pow! Welcome back to the safety, security of the Prepared Mind bunker. Welcome back to the Prepared Mind channel, everyone. You know, what's going on is rather infuriating, intellectually infuriating. What, we got war with China now? The United States government and its allies didn't learn anything from the Russia-Ukraine incident. No, they didn't. They provoked, they taunted, and finally, Ukraine was invaded, or at least, well, Donetsk and Luhansk, the provinces that were breaking away, much like Kosovo broke away from Serbia, and the United States supported Kosovo. Well, Luhansk and Donetsk broke away from Ukraine, and Russia came in and supported them, and we still have that problem. But the U.S. government didn't learn anything there. So they had to taunt China over Taiwan. And Taiwan, of course, much more bellicose than Putin, the Kremlin, and Russia, much more bellicose, has been threatening the United States, taunting back, wanting to create an American and Chinese Cold War. But China's a huge trading partner. It doesn't matter. Let's do some stupid shit there, right? Right now, global markets, right, the stock markets, they're terrified. They don't know what to do because they don't know if Pelosi's going to go into Taiwan, or if she's not, if China's really going to attack, or if they're going to do something different. What kind, you know, when a political leader makes a decision to visit a country that is non-essential, this is a non-essential visit, yet it has huge ramifications for the whole world. I love that Nancy Pelosi can just screw up the market. No, actually, I don't love it, folks. But that's what's going on, right? Really. You know, China has been threatening, Nancy, you get near Taiwan and we'll intercept your planes. We'll fire warning shots, and we may even fire and shoot you down because they'll see it as an invasion and a threat. And so the president didn't say anything. And then Nancy said, well, I ain't going. I'm just going to go over to Asia and, you know, screw around. And then said, well, no, she is going. She is going. Right. So does China shoot her down? How do they save face, right? They've all been talking tough, and now we're at this place. We're in that room. War with China, right? Unbelievable where they've taken this. Like, we need to have another country hating us, right? Now, we don't know which plane Nancy's on, right? We really don't. Oh, yeah, also, cyber attacks. Right, using computer technology to attack the enemy. China's gone after all kinds of stuff over this, folks. They really have. Right? Spar 19, military aircraft. It's over Indonesia. It's being tracked. Spar 20, right, is on the ground in Kuala Lumpur. Right? People are just following this like it's a sporting event, but it's actually incredibly dangerous, folks. It could lead to war, right? Chinese warplanes flew very close to the line between China mainland and Taiwan in the Taiwan Strait, right? Chinese warships have stayed close to that line, right? That line kind of indicates if they cross it, they could send an invasion force, right? Taiwan's defense ministry reinforced its combat alertness level Tuesday morning, from Tuesday morning to Thursday at noon, right? So is Nancy Pelosi's visit really worth it? Right? This could antagonize the Chinese enough that they feel they really need to go, and they really need to fight. We really need that, right? The plane Spar 19, which is likely to carry Speaker Pelosi's delegation. And I love Speaker Pelosi. She's Speaker of the House, but Speaker is not Vice President. Speaker isn't President, right? Speaker isn't anyone. She organizes the legislature. Big deal, but still, let's cause a war over that, right? Now, Right, SPAR 19 is going around the Philippines and heading towards Taiwan. Right, they expect Pelosi to be in Taipei, Taiwan, in the afternoon. Right, aircraft carriers of the People's Liberation Army, I guess it would be the People's Liberation Navy, have reportedly moved from their home ports and they're underway. Right, there's a lot of naval activity out there. Could we see a conflict between our stealth fighters, or are they grounded with repairs? Will China's version of our planes, right, our warplanes, will they be in the air? Will they be trying to engage American aircraft? What type of conflict can come out of this? All I know is that if there's any conflict, we're going to have all manner of conflict. And the United States really could reduce Beijing and Chinese cities, reduce them to piles of molten glass, ash, right? Now, China does have nuclear weapons, but not nearly the amount we have. And we would learn, I think, very quickly in the United States, would we not? If we even have missile defense systems, much less missile defense systems that work. Right? It would be very quickly learned, I think, what the consequences are. Now, just taking a guess, Pelosi goes, China backs down, but it creates an increased set of tensions between Beijing and Washington, D.C. A set of tensions, folks, that are not going to improve. Biden is not respected by anyone on the planet, much less the Chinese, who are incredibly powerful and who are emerging as a superpower themselves. They are allied with Russia, China is, and many other powerful agricultural, industrial, and energy producing nations. Right? I think that the United States government is painting our nation and our alliances into a corner, making bad decision after bad decision. And I sure hope it doesn't result in war, but it could. It could. If I was still on the West Coast, I would make sure I have an NBC, nuclear biological chemical gas mask, for myself and everyone in my family and my group. I would make sure I had potassium iodide pills in case of any nuclear attack and potential fallout. I would make sure I was fully prepared with months worth of food. And I would also anticipate an attempted invasion of the West Coast by the Chinese. Folks, it's getting silly, but not silly in a good way. It's more like it's getting stupid. It really is. Right? There's economic consequences, there's stock market consequences, there's bond buying and issuance consequences to what's going on. Right, here's some market-related quotes. This one's from Aizawa Securities. The relationship between the U.S. and China was just about to enter into a period of review, with a move from the United States to reduce Chinese tariffs. That's going to be swept off the table. Here's one from Kelvin Wong, analyst at CMC Markets. I do expect a negative feedback loop in China-related equities, especially those related to the semiconductor and technology sectors, as Pelosi's potential visit to Taiwan is likely to harden the current frosty U.S.-Chinese tech war. And then Neil Campling at Marabad Securities says there is no way people will want to put on risk right now with this potential boiling point. The potential ramifications of Pelosi's planned visit are huge. Now, put on risk means go into the market with, let's invest and let's invest in these companies here and those companies there, because they don't know what to expect. They don't know what to expect. And what I mean by they don't know what to expect is what company to invest in. Why invest it all in Taiwan if China could invade? In fact, why not just sell everything you've got that's associated with China or Taiwan, right? Market turmoil equals economic problems, financial problems, bond issuance problems here in the United States, trade issues. Like we don't have enough SHTF on our plates. Thank you, Nancy Pelosi, World Economic Forum. Thank you, Washington, D.C. Thank you, City of London, for all of this crap. Thank you, Davos douches and Bilderberg types, for pushing this. Folks, right? It's not just Nancy. She's just a tool, quite literally. She's just a tool. Chance favors the prepared mind. Go to thepreparedmind.club and get your prepping supplies before we can't get them anymore. I'm not saying that we're not going to be able to, but can you take that risk? Get prepared, folks. Food, water, shelter, clothing, medicine, means of self-defense, and a plan. God bless America, Semper Fi, and thank you for your support.